If I feel that it is in the patient's best interest, like blood cancer or breast cancer or neuroblastoma, then I can use it.
The existing regulatory system, how is it receptive to this stem cell technology? Means, are there regulations in place? Are you following the regulations from the regulated markets or from the Indian
So
guidelines?
I can speak for LifeCell, and from the storage side, I mean, we are regulated by the Drug and Cosmetics Act. The Drug Controller General of India issues a license for collection, processing and storage and release of these stem cells. Apart from that, we also voluntarily have sought accreditations from international bodies. Like, for example, we were the first in the country, from even a blood bank perspective, to have the American Association of Blood Bank accreditation, the College of American Pathologists, including the National Accreditation Board for Laboratories. So one of the highest accredited labs in the country. We are a proud recipient of all these recognitions. And our stem cells have been released for transplants across the world. Our samples have gone to US, to Singapore, and even other advanced countries also, for benefits of transplant patients.
How many are the beneficiaries from this? How many people have got benefited from right now, since you have introduced baby?
Look backward looking, I mean, so far we've had about 46 units which have been released for transplant. But those you'll have to consider that the sharing program was not applicable. It was only for families who at birth wouldn't have a condition but will have to get diagnosed subsequently, exhaust other procedures, and then have a need where the stem cells will get utilized. So with age, the need for transplant increases. 2 lakh of our inventory, majority of them was just 3 years old. We've added all that more recently. So, but in a sharing program, you'll see that multiply by even 100-fold, very, very quickly. Because we every year, every month we receive so many transplant matching requests, but we can't really support that today.
So in which therapy areas has it benefited?
Our units which have been already released, majorly for thalassemias, some for leukemias, and more recently we're finding applications for neurological brain conditions like cerebral palsy, autism.
So there would be a certain set of illegitimate players also in your sector, life science, stem cell technology. So is there a registry, proper registry the government has maintained, or is planning to maintain a registry of legitimate players like LifeCell? So do you have that kind of database or registry in place?
We may not have, yes, but I think the drug controller issues a license which any parent wanting to preserve should ask for that license at a minimum.
So there are 2 aspects to your question. One is the preservation of the stem cells. The second is the utilization of the stem cells. So the preservation part is very well regulated, and without a license nobody can do that. So there cannot be any serious problem there. The utilization is based on an individual hospital or an individual physician and his experience. So please separate the 2 as far as your thought process.
So this sharing economy, this baby cord share, the concept, has it been earlier utilized in regulated economies or?
No, it's
the first time in India.
It's the first time in the world.
In the world.
Yes.
So
it's our innovation contribution to the world. I believe all stem cell banks globally will adopt a model like this, because the benefits are huge, both to the parents who preserve it and to the others also who seek a unit for transplant.
Is there any particular figure at how many people would be benefited from this shared economy? It means this baby cord share.
So generally the utilization of the inventory is about 2% every year. So if we do reach that unit inventory of 250,000 units, you could think about 2% withdrawal is about 5,000. But that happens after a few years. Once you've had enough inventory, and the children also grow older, the parents also will have a need. So in few years from now, we believe thousands of transplants will get supported through this program. We will become the single largest provider of stem cells for transplants in the country itself.